my God, I think I'm live. Well, where am I? I think I'm live. Don't adjust your TV sets. Yeah, I'm here. I'm actually here, kids. Hi. I'm just like trying to get this other stuff in here. I'm like, okay. Trying to get everything. That goes there. This is JLJ this morning, you guys. I haven't done one in what, 2 weeks? And I got good reason. I'll tell you all about that. It's been crazy talk. Uh, okay, but I want to tell you everything that's going on. Let's see who showed up this morning. Got that going there. Have my coffee and my yogurt. It's going slower, dismiss. It's going slow. So give me a second. Yogurt's good. Okay, now let's go back to the channel. What are people watching? Let's see. Who's on here? Oh my God, it's beautiful. Tony, I just got it. Thank you. Hi, Beauty. Hi, Tony. I just got your thing today. Hi, everybody. Surprise. Yes. Surprise, surprise, folks. I've been through it. I am so tired. I've had like 5 hours sleep in the last 3 days. Let me explain why, of course, in a second. But welcome, folks. As we have the one Zoom, if you haven't signed up, only one Zoom this month because it's the shortest month and I got things to do. Sign up for it. It's tomorrow. We got lots to talk about. I have some gossip too that I'm going to share tomorrow in the Zoom. But welcome. In a while. So Los, I guess some church announcements. The last 2 weeks I've been doing in the evenings, JLJ this evenings, JLJ After Darks, check those out, audio and video. I explained some stuff I'm going through in the evening ones. So if you haven't, I'll fill you in on that. The soap Zooms, we're back on Sunday. We're back on Sunday. We're back on Sunday. So no worries there. We'll be back doing all three soaps, of course. If you so I gotta Tammy Govea is texting me. This Tammy Govea. All the way back. Starting next week, Beyond the Gates is doing a special episodes to get you ready for the week after. And so I got my DVR set for that. Been talking to Tony about what we might do with that. So no, nothing to announce yet. The Emmy schedule came out. I'll talk about that. Look at what else is going on. Oh, Hardy's by Concert that's coming out today. I've been a little busy taking care of my roof, but I will be releasing episode later today from last week. And I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I need to tell you guys? Monday's a holiday for some people. But anyway, so hi everybody. I'm here. I am here. We do have a Zoom tomorrow, 12 noon. It's about everything. People have signed up. Sign up for it. Join us. I hear noises. Which is why I haven't been on and what's going on. It's been crazy. Part of my roof caved in. So due to the rain. So yes, we had the the what you call it? The fires, but now that was right. But we had the rains last week and this week. Well, last 3 weeks in a row, we've had rain. It just ended this morning at 5 this morning, 6 o'clock this morning. and I had sheets of water coming in my house. So if you saw my show the other night, JLJ After Dark, I actually posted one of the videos, and you'll see all the water just coming in. It was crazy. My arms hurt and everything. I was gonna build an ark and everything. I was ready to I was ready to talk. And so sorry, Tammy is okay. So for me, and what that means for us, we had to call a guy to come out. We need a whole new roof. A whole new roof, kids. I'm like, okay. Anybody knows about roofing? They're not cheap. So let's say 30,000. Let's just round up to $30,000 for a new roof. That's home ownership. Of money I don't have. We're gonna work it out. God is on my side. We're gonna work it out somehow, some way. But I have to, while they're fixing the roof, which may take 2 to 3 weeks or a month. They give it a month total. I have to cancel a lot of work. So y'all be on here more trying to make some money. That's what we're doing more and more. So any donations you want to give today, please give. It'll go towards a bill or something. Because I've been helping, all last month I was helping all my family members and friends who lost their homes to the fires. I was giving them money and all that stuff. Now, who knew I was going a month later it'd be my turn? Who knew? But our roof was 30 years old, about 30 years old. So it did its job. It did its job, and it lasted all the time. And the guy we hired, these folks, and I'll say their name for now. I'll say because some of them have been good. It's called New House. That's HAUS Roofing and Construction. They're here out of Burbank. And I would tell you, I actually reached out to 7 different places who are like emergency services because I knew the rain was coming again, and it's this giant hole and all these holes. I'm trying to it's supposed to be the heaviest rain of the year or whatever. So I was like trying to get it all done because I couldn't go through that again or have the ceiling start collapsing. And I mean, I don't want that stuff. The other 6 never called me. This is real life, Matt. This is not a dream. This is not a dream. This is not recorded. This is not Memorex. It's real. I know. All the other ones are Memorex. This is live and in living color. And so I'm gonna say, the other 6 never called. He still never called. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. But one did call, and that was New House, and they called, and Leah, no, a guy named Adam, and he called. He was great, and he sent someone out within 2 hours, actually. And Leo was the guy who helped us out. He was my case person. He came out. He was wonderful and showed me. I got videos, I got pictures, I got everything on the roof. It's gone. And he explained all this stuff. And we have to reframe part of the roof because it's flat and the water just sits there. And that's why I had water coming in my house. Because in my walk-in closet, the carpet's ruined. But as you saw my video the other night, I kept the extra carpeting when they put it in. So I have enough carpeting to replace that carpet. So I was like, that's one thing I have to worry about right there. I have to pay for labor and time and labor, but I got the carpet. I said, I want everything. I remember when they were packing up, they're like, can we have this? I said, no, it's mine. I paid for that shit. I want every piece of shit I got, that's mine. And I kept it in the corner. Also tiling. I have extra tiles. I kept those, and I need to get those replaced in a couple places. I'm like, just wear and tear. Shit happens. So, you hold on to that. So I held on to that stuff. So that's a smart thing, folks at home, for you guys. I got carpeting all replaced. So everything. My room was so together. I have my new bed. I have my new couch. Now it's a mess because I have half of the part of the house is in my bedroom because it's the biggest room in the house, or the dining room, or the kitchen. It's a mess. So I got stuff everywhere, and I can't put it back until stuff is done. So the next month or so is gonna be just a little crazy for me. But yeah, but but I feel blessed that I still have a house. Well, people didn't have a house. I have a house still. And we're gonna find a way to finance it or whatever, and work that out. God is good. We work that out. And it could be a lot worse. And so, I mean, it was bad. but it could be a lot worse. So I'm just like, ugh. It's crazy, folks. Blood, fire, don't matter. It's all bad. It's all bad. So I need that Zoom tomorrow. I know I need it. And the soaps on Sunday. I need something to get my mind off all, because I had to stay awake almost 24 hours to make sure that, because we still had some leak. We did it. Oh, so we did it. We did a Band-Aid job. We couldn't really do much, but I said I can't have just that hole opened up. We couldn't do a tarp or a plastic because it really rained. Like it was windy, and we had a big storm here, which rarely happens in Los Angeles. So we knew we couldn't do that. So we had to get some special stuff and glue and whatever and spit and paste or whatever they did up there. We still got some droplets, but it was like, I would say last week when I was dumping things of water, I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. And that, so from 1 out of 10, 1 being perfect, 10 being bad, the last 2 before were 20. They were horrible. And then, so this time though, they were like at a 2, 3. Because there were a couple of times when it was like, there was a new spot opened up and it was like dripping water from the ceiling. I'm like, where did that come from? So I couldn't relax. I take little naps, and I had to so when it rained hard, I had to make sure I'm watching. I had my flashlight, kind of see what's going on. I had to keep an eye on it because one day last week I fell asleep for 3 hours, and because I was tired, I mean, I'm fucking tired. I fell asleep, and all of a sudden my floor, I missed it. The floor was covered in water, and I'm just like, and I almost slipped and fell. And it was like, oh, it was crazy. So you can see part of the video I put up on my, I think it was JLJ After Dark a couple days ago. I think I did that. I think it was that one. You'll see part of the video where I think it's called "The Sky Is Falling," and I put it. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I am extremely, because I'm also trying to work at the same time. You can't relax. You just can't relax. You're on edge the whole time. My brother's at work and he's worried. My mom's in her house and she's worried. And I was just like, yeah, from the light, I know. So that light's dead now, Tony. That light. So after we get the roof fixed, we have to get that whole ceiling refixed. That's a whole nother. So, and then we get the light. So we're doing one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Because I'm like, how do you eat an elephant one chunk at a time? Because if I start thinking about everything that needs to be done, I'm going to start crying. So I'm like, I said, okay, I was going to okay, fix the roof. That's number 1. You need a roof on your house, right? You see that done. So we'll get that all done. Then when that's done, they got to deal with these two rooms, and because our ceiling was broken into, and like Tony just sees that the light, it was coming through the light fixture at one spot. It was pouring, and so I said, okay. Well, I said, so now that light is dead. It's just dead. So I don't know if it's the light bulb there, so we have to have an electrician come out. Probably at the same time, we have to get that ceiling redone. And then I gotta get the carpet out. So I was like, I guess we're gonna take one thing one step at a time. One step at a time. Because it's just too much to handle right now. This was not on my list. I'm like, 2025 is doing good. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get out there and I got work to do and shit. And no, last one was the fires, this one was a flood. I'm still positive. Still positive. Still positive. So I just got to find other ways to make money and whatever, work that out somehow. But we're gonna be positive because I just, it's home ownership, it's life, it's Los Angeles, it's whatever. It's you can't cry with spilled water, I guess. Ugh. So it was crazy talk, but I am tired. I probably will sleep very well tonight. So I'm trying to get a lot of rest before our Zoom tomorrow because I have to run errands today. I got things I got to do. I can't rest like I want to because I haven't done, because I've been in this house for like 2 days straight. I can't do anything. So I gotta get it together. So I'm glad we made it through. We made it through the rain. And it was a nightmare. So, and I'm still trying to get rid of that storage units. I'm working on it. So I posted some about that the other night too. I'm trying to get that together also. We can do that on Monday, but it's supposed to be sunny for the rest of the rest of the next 2 weeks. Like it's supposed to be even in the 70s next week. So I'm like, shorts weather, I'm ready. So I'm like, I just made it through this. I'm like, oh. The problem for me though, because when I get nervous, I don't eat. When I'm happy, I eat. When I'm nervous, I don't eat. So I know I lost some pounds the last 2 weeks because I found myself not eating all day, which is not good. You should never do that. I just make sure you say you should never do it because I found myself. I'll have my coffee every day. It's also a dietary suppressant. Then I may have my yogurt I just had and something else in the morning, but then I won't eat. It'll be 5 o'clock in the evening. Oh my god, I'm hungry. But have you ever been so hungry that you're almost not hungry because you're also tired? I mean, there's that hungry where I'm just starving, but then there's that you pass that stage, and you're like, yeah, I'm hungry, and I should eat something, but I'm also really tired. So you almost like I don't, you like you almost don't. You just what am I gonna eat? I'm just so where you have a taste for nothing. You're just like I'm hungry,
I'm
but
done spending it on.
I don't know what I want, and all that stuff. So I was going through that the last 2 weeks, but it's not good because then I will eat something and it'll be like late at night. I'll eat and just that's not good. You should eat during the day, but gotta exercise, legs, arms, shoulders. I mean, I was like knees and toes. I got a lot of stuff going on there. I'm not trying to be windy outside. Okay, windy, but yeah, it's. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's ready with Tammy sent me a. And no, I know it's okay. Oh yes, I know it's Valentine's Day, my least favorite holiday in the world, so I don't celebrate it. That's why I've not said it. But I know it's my man Flobo's favorite holidays. Happy Flobo, happy Flobo Day, happy Valentine's Day, Flobo, whatever. I'm not into Valentine's Day, and we didn't do a Zoom this year for it or anything. But I'm like, it's not my holiday, so I will not be celebrating at all. But Tammy Govea just sent me happy Valentine's Day. If you missed it last week, Tammy Govea and I were on Audition Days. I didn't make it to the party because I was dealing with my roof. So people were like, "Where were you?" I'm like, "I was dealing with my roof." So Tammy and I were with Tony and his gang for a 10th anniversary and in studio. It was a trip being together in person. Tammy looked beautiful, of course. Gorby just gorgeous, of course. Um, and it was great to see my chocolate twin Tony. We had a good time. We had a really good time, and it was a lot of fun. And it was 10 years. My 10 years is coming up next week. I'm going to do something on daytime today about my 10-year anniversary to celebrate me, of course. But I would have got my start. I mean, me and Tammy Gorea both, our start was on Audition Days. So that's why it was very important for us to be there for that. Mark J. Freeman did show up for the party. It's like we tagged in. So I didn't see Mark this year. We all have a text chain that we talk on, but it was a trip to be in person. And I miss being in studio. I do. I like this too. I like this for us. I just kind of sit back and talk and do my like it's like radio. I'll do my little radio thing. But I do. My plant needs some water. But I do miss being in studio and having a producer and having a director and going we're on in 30 seconds and all that stuff and the excitement of the countdown and which camera is mine and I miss all that. So, but Tammy and I are planning some stuff for JLJ. JLJ, excuse me, JLJ meeting. We got a lot of stuff we're planning. So I can answer a question. I will do that. No problem. No, no problem. Okay. Sorry, I have a little work I have. I have to answer a question. So I did. Okay. Make sure I said that. Okay. Oh, also, Beauty for Ashes, if you're still here. Um, uh, Coffee and Conversation We're finally returning. We are finally doing our first episode recording next Tuesday. So that probably means the following Monday we out. I was like, yay, I can't wait. Our coffee and stuff. I know some of you guys love our show. It's our 100th episode, so we're gonna do that. And so we got a lot of fun. So get look for that. We are celebrating. I talked to him yesterday. We had a nice long talk last night. And all that. But which brings us Sky, yeah. Actually, he's working today. So, like I said, he's actually working. He's working today. He's at the office. He's working today. He missed Diva Life on set. I do. I love it. I love people like when I was just the talent, Tony. When I was just the talent, I do miss that. Yeah. Other beauty. So you are still on? Yes. I thought because you like it. Oh, DJ Glow, just telling folks I'm taking donations for anything like my roof caved in, DJ Glow. So but I'm asking people to pay for my roof. Obviously, I'm gonna get financing on that. But I'm like, I can't work as much now. I gotta be at home while they're fixing the roof. I don't know if you watched my video the other night, DJ Glow. It's a JLJ After Dark. It says the sky is falling. I include the video when my room was flooding. So I'm like, so if anybody wants to give anything, any donations, I'll take it just for bills and stuff for me to take care of stuff here. I will take them because I'm like, it's gonna be rough for me for the next month. As they fix the roof, you need a roof. You need a roof on top of your house. But I'm trying. I've had a rough 48 hours, but we're hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. My house is still here. It's still here. Um, yes, I do miss being on set. Yes, I know. AfterBuzz TV, I know. I mean, you got a chance to see it. I know. So yeah, if you want to see that, because you want to see that video, DJ Glow, it's crazy. I put up the 20-second video of me at 3 a.m. trying to take out the water that was just pouring out of my ceiling. Well, we got a roofing company. It's gonna be $30,000, DJ Glow, of course. But I don't have. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do some financing or something. But I was telling people, I just need money for regular things. I'm paying a couple of bills, food. I have no food in my refrigerator. So anybody want to donate for food, money for food? I'll take it because every penny I have has to go towards this. Had to go towards this roof thing. We had to pay $4,000 just to get the little patch thing, so it wouldn't rain as much this time in my house. I was like $4,000. Oh my god! So yes, it's been crazy, girl. It has been crazy. So I'm tired. I've been up for like 48 hours. I'm tired. But we're gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm here, and life does go on. So I gotta move along somehow. So it's crazy, folks. But we did not expect this. But the roof was 30 years old. It was 30 years old. I mean, so it did its job. It did its job, and we thank it for its service. But I'll have a whole new roof, and that'll last until I die, probably. Because I mean, I'm already 800 years old, so I don't have to worry about it after that. But yes, I do miss studio life. I miss being in the studio. I don't know how many of you guys knew me from the studio, or that's AfterBuzz, but I do miss it. I miss it sometimes, and I miss the in-personness of being together. But Tammy and I are trying to plan a little something where we could be in person together on a semi-regular basis. Marissa and I tried that for a while. She came to my house. We were trying to do stuff together here during a pandemic. It's just a little rough. You want to be in a studio. I mean, I don't have a studio. Thank you, Jay Glow. I appreciate you. You're always great to me. Thank you. I always appreciate you. You're always great. Um, and all of you guys are great to me. So I have the best fans. So the Lotties are the best. I have the best fans. I take you with me on my journeys up and down all the time. But I have my health. I'm good. And speaking of that, so I did make appointments for my doctor appointment, dentist appointment, and eyeglass appointment. So the next 2 months, it's all about taking care of James, getting the health together and stuff. Um, oh yeah, you come. Okay, thank you, Beauty for Ashes. Thank you, Beauty for Ashes. Thank you. Beauty for Ashes just gave a little donation. Thank her for that. Thank you so much. I'll take it. That helps completely. Every penny counts. I will take it. Thank you. Um, and but yeah, so I'm alive. I'm alive, and I'm lucky I got a house. I mean, some folks don't have that. So as I said, I have cousins who lost their homes last month, and as you guys know, I was out there helping them out. I guess I never thought it would happen to me though. I'm out there, giving them money, giving them gift cards. I was out there, and some of you guys donated for that, and thank you. And I was trying to make sure they had a place to stay, and stuff. So they say if you put out good will come back to you. So I have to believe that. So I did last month. I was out there helping everybody out. So I know you guys will be good to me this month. But we're gonna work it out, folks. I'm gonna take you along the journey with me. I'm gonna do some videos. I'm gonna try to show you guys what's going on as it happens. But right now the sun is coming out. That's it. So Tony JC, I have some gossip about what you just wrote, but it'll be tomorrow. I'll be saying it in the chat and tomorrow in the Zoom. I have a little bit of tea. So about that. And the guy who plays Nate's brother just introduced himself on X. So everybody's saying hi to him. So it's very interesting. I also want to thank everybody who likes my taste test videos. I've been posting them on YouTube and TikTok. I have 3 more things to taste test. I have these are sizzling cheeseburger Doritos. I gotta try these, I guess. And then there's these 7-Eleven cheesy garlic bread chips. And I gotta try 7-Eleven's prime rib chips. I gotta go on. Crystal Bush, how have you been? Oh my goodness. It's been a while. How are you? I'm glad people are coming on. I haven't been on in a while, so I'm going to see some names I've seen in a while. How you doing, Crystal? What's going on? I just talked about it. My roof caved in, so I've been dealing with that. And the fires in LA the month before, but my house, the roof caved in, so I've been dealing with that in the rain. But now it's trying to go away, but it's trying to fight. But we're doing okay. We're hanging in there. We're getting ready for Beyond the Gates in a week and a half. We're getting ready for just life. It's winter, kids. It is winter. We are in this, doing this. So it's President's Day on Monday, which means nothing to me. I'll be working, or I'll be at the storage unit. That'd be our first poll question. So for those who work, do you have Pres Day off? They do sound good, don't they, Beef? I hope they're good, Beef Rashes. I hope they are. Shit. Yes. No. I don't work. So go ahead and vote in the poll. For those of you guys, do you have Monday off? Yes, no, or you're retired, don't work. Answer in the poll. Crystal, that's what I said. I said I have a house still. You know what I mean? Like my cousin's houses, they burnt down last month. I've been in the fire before, so I mean I know what that's like. So I'm like, no, at least I have a house still. I said the same thing. At least I have a house. I said this. That it was water is no joke either, folks. Water is no joke. No joke. Everybody's like, no. So far as no or I don't work. That's interesting. Okay. I know because not everybody has it off. It's so funny. I think my brother works, or does he have it off? I know my brother-in-law, he works. You're working as usual. Yeah, I know you are. So you work too, JLJ? You work? Oh, dang, that sucks. I know a lot of folks, they have to work. I'm like, I thought it was a federal holiday, but I know that just means what banks, post office, federal agencies are all closed. Now Tammy's sending me all these things. I'm trying to the show. Issue. I'll be working as usual. So yes, that's one thing. Yeah, no, it's one of those weird holidays. But so far in here, it's 75% no. But I don't work. So 100% of you on this so far voting are like the president means nothing to you. Some porch terminals that close, but it's not to work. I mentioned you guys remember some of you guys. I mean, I'm older than many of you, but do you remember when it used to be two separate holidays? It was Lincoln's birthday and it was Washington's birthday, and you may get both off or one, but before they made just President's Day. Do you remember that? I remember that. It was 2 Mondays in a row. And I was like, oh, how weird. We get one. I remember those. That was like I think in the '90s or whatever. When you were working Fed Bank days, we're all from working holidays. Yeah, out here it's like no, they're closed. The state's closed. We have no banks out here open on those days. No post offices. Well, UPS stores are open. You can do all that. FedEx is fine. UPS is fine. Like those work. My brother works. I keep forgetting he works one of those schedules. Like I work the same schedule as UPS, FedEx, which they basically work every day. Amazon, which basically works every day, so they work every day. I almost said FedEx Kinkos. With that, it'll always be FedEx Kinkos to me. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't. For me, now that I don't work a 9 to 5 type job or an office job, I don't even know what holidays are anymore half the time because I work because I'm an entrepreneur. I work when I work, so I don't even know what that means, right? I mean, for many of us, or if you're retired or whatever, like Matt, you're retired, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, every day's a holiday, so to speak. Every day's. Sometimes I find myself going, what day is it today? Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Because you just kind of it just start to blend together after a while. I always heard that happens, but it really does happen. Where you're just like, I don't know what today is. Today is today. Now, no, I feel like these days are going by fast. Like I'm like it's already Friday. I like the month. I remember Monday just started. Well, it's DJ Glow. It's one of those things. That's actually a good point. It's one of those things. It's like being a homeowner. I'm a homeowner. I can't call somebody to take care of all this stuff. I got to take care of it. I have to have insurance on the house. I have to all these things. I have to do it myself. So on some level, you're like, well, yeah, I own this house. I love it. I get to own a house. It's mine. I can do what I do whatever I want. But if something like that happens, you're like, oh my God, can somebody else do it? Um, Being a business owner, I love it, but it all begins and ends with me. And I miss vacation days and sick leave. I mean, I can have that if I save the money and I can have that time. I'll make enough money to have that time off. But things that are built in that are from some jobs, it's like somebody else do. It's just it can be tough. But I do. I mean, I can be a bitch, so I yell at myself all the time. No, I do like being my own boss. But see, I said I didn't have a problem with bosses anyway. I actually got along with most of my bosses. They were fine. I kind of like working. I like to work. I'm a worker bee. But I do like having the chance that I get to create what I want. I create the schedule I want sometimes. Sometimes I can't because it's just the way it is. But I get to work with whoever I want, whomever I want. I get to choose. But it's more that I like doing what I'm doing. Right. I mean, it's like I'm actually doing something I'm enjoying. So even though I wasn't the boss of this, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. That's the most important, right? Is that I wake up and I go, oh, I got some stuff to do today. It's all stuff I want to do, not like that. Ugh, like I can do that again. So, but so DJ, I got to do a show on that. That's actually a good. I got to write that down. That's actually something I should talk about. Being your own boss. I got to do that. That's a good show idea. I'm gonna give you credit for it, you, Jay Glow. I was talking to one of my lotties, Jay Glow, and we were talking about being, but just nice being a boss. But it can be. Many times it can be. And I have people underneath me working, doing stuff. That's when it kind of complicates having to manage people because that's something totally different. But I will tell you now that I'm my own boss, I understand some of my bosses and owners from the past because literally It's just your life on the line in this business. So I get it now on some level, where some of them, the way they ran, some of them were bad managers. And so I understand that too now. Like, oh, they're bad managers. But some of them were really good. And they had, and I get now why they were like, we gotta do it this way. We gotta do it. I totally get it now because it's you. If something doesn't work, that's money out of your mouth, so to speak. That's a client out of that's your reputation. So now I kind of get that. That makes sense. I kind of get that now. Is but when people say like about that, but I guess that's a good topic though. Boss. Maybe I'll ask my other friends to come on and we'll talk about that. Do you like being your own boss? So it's nice. And there are times when I can make a schedule where during the middle of the day I can go to the beach and hang out for 4 hours. But I do know when I get home I have work to do. Or I can work all the morning and then know in the afternoon I can run around. Like you can sometimes mold it that way. It's not as easy as people think it is, but you can mold it sometimes that way. Okay, I'm in the poll. So that's kind of it's a double edged thing. But could I go back to office work? I don't know. I always say it'd be a death of me in a cubicle, but I don't know. I tried to go back to retail years later, and I couldn't do it. I did it for like 3 months, and I was like, "Fuck this shit! I gotta get out of here." So I had to get out of there. So I realized I'm too old for that. But for those 3 months, I put my all into it, and I tried my best. But I was just like, yeah. And I had a bad boss. My boss was horrible. So it just was. We were bumping heads all the time. But can I go back to a desk job? Because I get offers all the time. I might be able to. I don't know. I mean, if it's something that's not too hard, data entry, or I used to be a switchboard operator. That was kind of fun. I thought about that going, well, what if I used to be a switchboard operator at night? It's not that busy. So you bring a book, read, I could bring my little laptop, whatever, watch movies. Like, I thought that could be fun. I don't know. I don't know. That could be, there could be some fun desk jobs. They're not too. I have a friend who's looking for a job right now. I said, well, what hospitality? I used to work in hotels. That could be fun, maybe. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I've changed my tune of I would die if I did it. Because I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe with the right stuff, baby. I don't want to miss out on the right stuff. No. But I mean, like maybe it won't be that bad. Shit. I don't know. Maybe it won't be that bad. So I don't know. Okay, why did it stop? Okay, well, just never mind. I didn't know. Does anybody in the chat work in an office? And do you? I mean, is it okay for you? Or it's okay for now? Would you rather do something else? I don't want to miss out on the right stuff. I got that song stuck in my brain. Mr. Right, sing, na na, hey, hey. Voulez-vous venir? One second. You know me, I'm printing out something right now. If you guys have not signed up for the Zoom tomorrow, I'll be setting up the Zoom either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. I'll send the link. So you have to leave the house today later because I've been in this house all day long. I've been in this house for 2 days straight. Get me the F out of here. We're gonna make it after all. Look at that. I have a desk job. I work in office, but also remote. I don't mind a job. Sometimes it just gets overwhelming. My boss to hire more people. See that? Okay, so DJ Glow, that is very funny. You should say that. You were dancing to with the Crystal. I know that song was totally like into my brain. My last job. So what? Before I came back to Los Angeles and changed my whole life, my job essentially was half desk, half in the field. So it was in the field that created desk work. That makes any sense. And desk work that created field work. So it was both sides of it. And it was a lot of paperwork, lots of paperwork. They hired an assistant for me to help me out because I was so like, I can't get to it all. My inbox was just always the same. And I was getting overwhelmed. And that was the whole thing. They started taking her away from me to use for themselves, the bosses. So that because for a while we were like, we're working at Albert, getting stuff done. And then it made my work hard again. And I was like, so I went to ask them politely, I need some more help. And then they just ignored me and they said, we need her for what we need her for. And I'm just like, well, what about me? And then I find myself working 7 days a week, going in early. I'm like, this is just ridiculous. So I called a meeting to talk about this. This is not fair. There are folks I do at the job who weren't as hard as I was. And they got mad at me. I got mad and I told them all off and then I quit. I came to LA. So for me, so it's funny you say that, DJ Glow. I was asking my boss for help too, going, well, it's you want to pay me the same money. I wasn't getting paid overtime or anything. I was getting paid a salary. And based on that salary, I couldn't finish the work that I had to do. And of course, there were assignments that were immediate, and assignments that were, they could last a while. But I had a few assignments that really lapsed because I couldn't get to them. And then they didn't want me. Then they got mad because I was working overtime because they couldn't pay it to me. So then I had to stop working overtime to get the work done, my basic work done. That had to get done, the stuff that was immediate. And I worked fast, but I also had to be very efficient. I did a lot of contract reading. I was working with people's continuing education. So you don't want to mess that shit up. You want to make sure everything is correct. All the numbers are fine. So it was very much all that. So I was just like, oh. So then that got rid of me. So, and the work I did, I liked half of it. The other half I didn't like. But the whole job wasn't a passion for me at all. I don't know if your job's a passion for you, Jiglo, but for me, it wasn't a passion. It was just a job. At first, when I took it, it was fun. But 8 years in, I was like, yeah, I'm done. But yeah, but that was my problem. I couldn't get enough people to work with me. I'll be right back, kids. Right back. Souvenir. Wait a minute. Right back, kids. Okay. I'm back. Oh. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, good. I guess good. I like this conversation. Same here. We're working on holidays and after hours get organized. We're a small company, but lately it's been growing, getting more clients. There is that too. That was us too. We were growing. So in the beginning it was fun because we're growing, we're getting more stuff, and it's like, okay, we got it. But then it became too big. In order to better manage the workload, I tell my boss you need more people. Yeah. I think, oh, I'm right there. I understand that one. Matt says, I truly loved working at higher education for most of the years. Administrative coworkers that really drained me. So people. Yes, I understand that. Crystal, oh my God. So folks, I have a present for Crystal. Crystal, because I know you're coming tomorrow. I'm gonna show it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna show you what I'm sending you. So before I send it. So you'll see it. You'll totally see it before I send it. Okay. Crystal Bush, all these crystals. I've noticed that when you work hard, you're a hard worker, managers will work even harder until you're completely burned out. Yes, DJ Glow agrees also. No, it's always true. Well, see, now let's see. Okay, here's where I will come as a boss. When you're a boss, you have to be not every boss. Hi, cat lady. Not every boss is a good manager. That's the problem. So a good boss will hire a good manager. That's what you do that. But as a boss, as a manager, a lot of times they want to squeeze every penny. Now, I kind of get that on some level. You're trying, if you're a small business, you're trying to watch every penny. But you have to be careful because people are not robots. You have to be careful with that because you find yourself going, well, that person's really good. You tend to lean on them, almost like family, right? I'm the trustworthy one in my family. So everybody leans on me because I will take care of it. I will handle it. Well, after a while, everybody's leaning on me. I'm falling backwards because I'm so heavy for everybody leaning on me. That's how does it work? They're so, and I get it. So when you find somebody who's good, you want to make sure that they, it's all good, right? You want to make sure it's good. Get done. So that's it. That's it right there. So Crystal Bush, you said it exactly. It's exactly it right there. Totally. Cat Lady, I love your videos on YouTube. I just had to pull out the present I'm getting you, Crystal. Ugh. It's the truth. That's what's crazy, kids. It is the truth. They see you working hard, but then some managers are just bad, and they work you hard, or whatever. No, Crystal, I can't show you now. I'm gonna show it to you because I'm not turning off my. I'm not turning my house is a mess. I'm not showing my house today. You'll see it back out, but on the Zoom I'll do because only a few of you guys. I'll show it to you guys, but I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it on here right here. You're like the kids, Crystal. You have to wait, Crystal, tomorrow. If you feel like an opportunity job, you're taking advantage of. Everyone's life. That's what it is. But see, the problem also happens. It's also on you because some people are people pleasers, or some folks really take their job seriously. Like I did. Every job I took very seriously. So then it's like, oh my God, if I don't do it, then it won't get done, and then everything will fall apart. Like, no, companies will survive without you. Trust me. And it's not really your problem. It's their problem if something doesn't get done. Like it's not your problem. So I'm learning all that. So but sometimes people, and also another level, some folks don't understand growth. So sometimes you grow really fast. And sometimes you can't, you're just like, oh, and you haven't caught up to the facts you need. You need that's funny telling me, yeah. That you need to catch up with the times. Or sometimes you grow in a way you really don't realize. You're like, oh my God, we got all this stuff. We got to, but yeah, you should not work your employees because what I've learned, especially as being on both sides of it now, It's okay. I will wait. She's not gonna, well, you're gonna have to, Crystal Hopkins. You're gonna have to wait. It's fun. You're gonna love it. When you see it, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. What I'm realizing is, and just like this, it all boils down to people. It really does. It all boils down to people. You can't build a fan base without people. You can't build a workforce without people. And how you treat them is how well you'll do. That's bottom line. You have good employees, then you really take care of them. That's what you should be doing. You have bad employees, you're out. Good employees, you should be taking care of them and empowering them to want to work for you. Do what you can to help them. You can't do everything, but do what you can to make their jobs at least somewhat comfortable or whatever. Miss Hagestaff. I know it's interesting because I have kind of have people I collaborate with, but I'm the one in charge. And now some folks working kind of for me sometimes. It can be fun. You get stuff done for you, whatever. But but it's a lot of work. Yeah, being a manager is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But there's nuance to all of it, right? Because you can't just there's nuance to all of it. I guess the best way to say it. There's nuance to all of it. You can't just it's not one size fits all. But it's all goes out, it boils down to people. It's all how you treat people, that's where it comes from. Times have changed. Your workers are quiet quitting. You spent 2 weeks notice. So anyway, it's all uh, well, I have friends who when they were fired, they were let go that same day. Bye. No, they're not. Yes, they're quiet quitting. But there are folks, Crystal, that are not taking jobs. There are jobs out there. I see jobs out there everywhere. Here in LA, there is at least. But people aren't taking them. They're like, it's not enough money, or the work conditions are horrible, all that stuff. It's just like they're like, nah, I'm good. And yeah, a lot of I so here's this, again going back to my last job before I came here. I said because I had such a high ranking position, I said I'll give you guys a 3 week to a month notice. And I said that includes me training a new person if you get a new person because my position was really big. Well, they had such an attitude with me. They said 2 weeks we're done. Okay. They tried to squeeze in the training of a person, and this chick didn't want to do the job, and she was like, she didn't give a fuck. So I was like, okay, I don't give a fuck either. So I was just kind of do, and those 2 weeks I did whatever, and I left. And they place shut down anyway afterwards. EJ Glow says, I agree when employees are happier, they are more productive. When you overwork and stress people out, then morale goes down. Morale goes down, morale goes down, no one wants to be put in the work. My thing, so relating this to my staff when I was in retail, I always took care of my retail. I took care of my staff, no matter what department. We were in a clothing store. No matter what department they were in, I check on them. How you doing? Give them some incentives. Like if you do this, I'll buy your lunch today. We do this, like it. And I mean, it was just like little things like that here and there. And when they had a big sale or a big, I was like, oh my, congratulations, that was so good. What great job. I just think it might be too easy on my staff. Go on, Crystal. Well, crack the whip, Crystal. Crack it. Um, but I was always encouraging, and if they had issues, like come talk to me. I'm here. Like I try to make sure that they were okay. So when they were on the floor, they would give me the high sales because we were sales based, obviously. There was no when not the job I was there was no commission. It was just sales based, and you get raises. So I was like, you make this apartment, you sell all these clothes this apartment, I'll take care of you, and they did. I took care of them, and so that was the whole thing. It was like I didn't talk down to them. I didn't rule with fear. That was one of the bosses want me to rule with fear. I don't do that. I rule with kindness, but I'm stern, and you can't walk all over me. That ain't gonna happen. But I don't. I feel like why I don't want to make you fear like fear me and you'll do a job. No, that is what's missing. Being encouraged. That's and exactly. Some folks just want to hear thank you. Seriously. And they'll know you forever. Some folks just want to hear good job. They do want to hear. They want to hear reinforcements. Some days are hard. Like Matt said earlier, people in retail, people you're dealing with, like, oh my God. When I was in banking, the people you deal with, oh my God. So my people, I was always encouraged, you can do it, or I'm sorry you had a bad day, but tomorrow, I always try to make sure that I gave them some kind of encouragement, appreciation. I think it's really very important, very important. I really do. It does. Thank you. Or you're also, it really does. I mean, it really does. And people, maybe I'm old school. I come from that old school thing of just like there's a couple of small things you say, and it's great. I was taught. I'll tell you something else. DJ Glow, Crystal, everybody. So my father, he wasn't the greatest father, but he gave me some good advice when it comes to work. He worked in an office of all ladies. It was back in the 70s. Anyways, and he told me, he goes, James, as their boss, I made sure when I walked in the morning, I said hi to every lady in the office. Whether I was just walking by, just saying, hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? How you doing? And said, also, when it came to special occasions, made sure every lady got a gift, not just one, every day. So all that kind of stuff. Years later, I've been in several situations where I was the only guy in the office, and I was the boss or the manager. I did that, and I'm telling you, there were one time I came to the office once. I said hi to a couple of women, not the others, and they were so mad at me. They were like, "You didn't come say hi to me," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't was doing that when I'm like." But it was just like that was kind of a. It was like, but what he was teaching me was appreciate your staff, all of them, no matter what they do for you, no matter how big or small they are. Don't just appreciate the smaller support staff and then your direct assistants. You never say thank you, or you dote on your direct assistants and then everybody the small. You don't do anything to them. Like it's like saying don't do one or the other. Make sure you treat everyone basically the same. That's what he's saying. Basically the same. Whether it's I think we can apply it to all guys, all young people, all, whatever it is. He was saying ladies, that's what he was working, but that's kind of like, what I mean. That's what it is. It's just like just saying, good job today. I saw your sales, or I saw your reports, or this, and you're not lying or anything. You're not posting out your ass. You're just saying, you did a good job. If you didn't do a good job today, you wouldn't say anything. Say nothing. But you do a good job, you gotta say something. And that's the thing too. Some bosses may think you're doing a good job. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I just heard from the TV show Girlfriends. I do the after show. I'm friends with the guy who played Dr. Todd Garrett. His name is Jason Pace. And he just sent me a message about something. So I got to read that. So I might have some gossip tomorrow about that to you guys when you come to the Zoom tomorrow. So I can't read it now because it's just I have to read it afterwards. But I was like, okay. Funny, I do know some folks in this business. Kind of crazy. But anyway, back to our awesome talk. I love this. I love it. I didn't expect to talk about this morning. I love it. Yes, it's completely just treat everyone the same, give everyone the same kind of consideration. Don't forget anybody, and just treat the same. And that's what I took from my father. Just treat you because he ran staffs. So he's like, and I remember later he worked for the Southern California Nursing Association. So he was there for the nurses. I used to be a nurse. I'm not you. But that was the whole thing. So I was like, you just be there for him. Just be there for folks. Um, for everybody. So I told you that's a good lesson, I think. Being a boss is not easy. People think it is, and it's just not. I mean, Not everybody's built for it. Not everybody knows how to be a good one. There are you can I went to Cal State LA and took some small business management courses before when I first got into business. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to take some, and I'm glad I took them. It was like a 2-week course. I got a certification, everything in management, a certification. And it was just nice to learn some tools and stuff on how to be a manager. And I think if more folks did that, they offered more trainings and they take your personality and really work it. I mean, it was invaluable. It was invaluable. Yeah, Todd and Tony. If you listen to my thing, you listen every Monday. I have a new episode of Girlfriend's After Show. You listen to it, you'll hear all my thoughts on that. But I've known Jason Pace for years. I'm still trying to get him on my show. So I'm gonna text him later. I'll be like, okay. Oh, it was a great conversation. I did not expect this conversation. That's why I miss doing the show. I mean, I'll always have this show. Trust me, I'll always come back to you guys. I swear I will always. Um, it's just been the mornings have been taken from some stuff, and I missed this. I came on like a week ago or so, and hardly anybody was on. But this is what I like. This is why I like this kind of conversation about. You never know what we're going to talk about. Had no clues about this. I talk about business forever. I love business, so I can talk about that forever. But I just it's because it's just it's I don't know. I think it's important, and plus I'm part of several unions, and so when we went on strike. That's the whole thing about that, about being treated fairly, and that's what it is. And that's the bottom line. I think now this generation after, well, 2 generations, my grandchildren's generation, the Gen Zers, they're the first generation that has been saying, I want a work-life balance. I want good working conditions. And well, we all want them, but like they're saying, I want them, and I'm going to wait till I get them or make it happen. Where many of us will take a job, I'll take it. I gotta take it. I'll put up with what I put up with. They're like, no, we ain't putting up with shit. And I admire that. At first, I was like, oh, come on, kids. But now I kind of get it. I totally get it. I do. And I know it's tough when you need the money, or you have a job that actually pays decent, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm making my bills and all this stuff. But then, you're like, but I don't like the job so much. Like, I don't like how my boss treats. It's tough. It's never easy to leave a job and to quit a job. It's never easy, especially if you've been in a job for a while. My decision to quit that job wasn't easy. I mean, I went in there. It was so funny as I went in for 3 months and stayed for like 10 years. Um, and because I did like the job at one point, but then also part of it was I was fully entrenched, and I was making good money, and I was paying off my bills, and everything was great. Traveled a lot, the whole thing. But after a while, it was not my passion. I did not like it as much anymore, and they started mistreating me. So I mean, that's kind of, and to leave it's always better the devil you know, right? To leave that is not easy for anybody. And I have friends who've gone through stuff like that, and sometimes you need something drastic to happen to get you out of situations. And I've watched people. It's happened to me, but I watched other people do the same thing. They had something drastic happen, and they're forced. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Somewhere I'm like, thank you. The universe says, okay, nope, you gotta leave this job. And it hurts and whatever, but you get over it. And you gotta think about it. It's a job, it's a job, it's a job. There are a million jobs out there. Really, there is. A million jobs. There's a million jobs out there. A job is a job is a job is a job. It is. It's like just I mean, it just really doesn't matter. You tell me, kids. Okay, one second. We'll check something really quick. 1 second. You don't be multitasking. Uh, yes, you gotta be brave to quit. And it really is a brave thing. When you quit, it's a brave thing to do. You have to. Well, in anything, you have to take a leap of faith on yourself, right, Crystal? That's what it is. You have to go, okay, I'm gonna bet on myself. Always bet on black. No, I'm gonna bet on myself, and I'm gonna get because there's plenty of jobs out there. It's just looking for a job is not fun, admittedly, and that whole you don't and not having a job is not fun either. That time period, but chances are, if you have some kind of skills, you can get a job. But you have to leap of faith. Yeah. You have to go, okay, I can do this, and then you have to do it. It's scary. Oh, it's always scary. Yeah, especially when you don't consider a quitter. Oh, right. Oh, right. There's that whole thing too, Crystal. You're absolutely correct about that. Crystal Bush. Um, you're like, I don't want to quit. Oh my God, I don't want to be this person who just quits. They like whatever it's about, but it's about you. It's about you. It's like Janet comes in, but happy Valentine's Day. Janet, do you like what you do for a living? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that right now. Do you like what you do for a living? Because folks at home, you're right. You got to bet on yourself. There are lots of opportunities out there, but finding the right one for you takes some time. Sometimes you fall into it. When I was younger, I kept thinking, will I ever find my true purpose or my true passion? I always wondered about that. I saw folks who loved what they were doing. When I was in nursing, I had folks who love being nurses, they're still nurses today. In insurance, they love insurance. Hospitality, I mean, I know folks who love the fields they're in, and they've been doing them for 30, 40 years. They love it. They found their thing. Flipping houses, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I mean, me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to do. Well, now I found it. I found it at 40 some years old. And so now into my golden years, I'm Janet's in her second career as a real estate agent. I had to reinvent myself with took time education. I don't read it too fast. She had to reinvent herself and it took time and education. Exactly. This is like my 10th career I've had. So yeah, so there you go. And that's the thing. Bye, DJ Glow. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for bringing up a good topic. It was you, DJ Glow. So thanks for bringing up a topic. You're always wonderful. Thank you so much. Have a good lunch. I will have a good Friday today. Thank you, because you guys. Thank you. Um, but yes, second career. Yes, you can change your career. That's the whole thing. Find what you'll find it. Um, don't stay in there. I'm also now a real estate instructor, and that's also a new phase. Keep the options open. Yes, trust me, Janet. I agree with that completely. I agree with that completely. But you see, as folks, you can see, Janet is betting on herself and saying, I can do this. I can do that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. And that's what's important. If you can't do that, then you're in trouble. That's the problem. If you can't have faith on yourself, then you won't go far. You won't do anything. If you live in fear, it's hard as we get older. She ain't lying. Because I say for me, I went back to school too in my 40s, and I was like studying. So I had to tell. So when I took the first business courses I took, I was in my early 40s, not so bad. Then in my mid 40s, I started taking my coaching classes, and that was a year long once a week, every Monday night, class plus assignments and homework and studying and tests. I was like, tests, exams. Oh, I do like an exam. Like, college was like 20 years ago. So yes, it was a little interesting doing all that, but it's worth it. You find your groove, and obviously, the education I was doing now was in subjects that I wanted to do, so I was interested. These are subjects that I wanted to do, so it makes it a little easier when you're going to school for something you want to do. But still, I'm just because now I got grown kids, I got grandkids, I got this or that. A lot's going on when you're a little older trying to figure this shit out. A little rough. It can be a little rough. So I do understand that too. I do understand that. Right. So but again, most of us work most of our life in the span of a lifetime. So you got to think, well, should I be doing something I want to be doing? What I'm interested in? At the least, at the least, at the least. Again, hi Rebecca, welcome. Yeah, just it's tough, So, but those out there who are looking for jobs, let's keep all the stuff we have in mind. Those of you guys who are at jobs you're not happy with, keep what we said in mind also. I just got my Nevada real estate license to expand reach Texas, Nevada. Congratulations. So see, folks, she's out there doing it. She is out there doing it. She got into real estate and she's liking real estate. Now, I know folks who love real estate. I have a lot of friends in real estate. For me, I like being in personal services and all that stuff. Today on Friday, well, lucky guy, you are playing Big Daddy today on this commercial day of love. Playing Big Daddy today. I'm playing Big Daddy. Okay, I didn't look at myself that way, but thank you. I guess I hate Valentine's Day, so I don't talk about it. But yeah. So no, it's if you find a job for yourself that you like, and have a good time. I mean, but again, I know it's tough out there. I know people, eggs are $10 a carton, shit like that. So it's like I get it. I was happy going to school as an adult. So you liked going? It's okay. So we got somebody who liked going. Well, I mean, I liked it once I got into it, and I was like learning stuff I wanted to learn. But it's just hard, girl. It's hard at first. It's hard to do it because you have to have discipline, and it's a different story than when you're a kid or even right out of high school. It's very different. I went to the store earlier and saw so many people buying balloons. Oh my god, it's so funny. Yes, it's that commercial holiday, as Mel said. Yes, I believe it is a commercial holiday that makes people do all kinds of stuff. Yes, I don't. Yeah, I don't celebrate. So I don't do Galentines and Palentine. I don't do any of that shit. I don't do that stuff. Today it's another day for me, and we're going to just keep it moving. I got things to do. Like I said, I survived my roof collapsing and all that, so let's keep it moving. And then work today and do what I gotta do. But yeah, I mean, I'll be out there later today, so I'll probably see you folks. What's funny for here in LA, well, here in South LA in the ghetto, what we have is on every corner people selling flowers and chocolates and teddy bears. So I don't want to tell you guys where I live because I want you to find it following me. But it's in this area of South Los Angeles. It's a joke that's on every corner. You pull up, you get it's the same stale chocolates. It's the same rough teddy bears, and they're like $5.99, $7.99. It's like I always feel like if you live in this area, that's where they got it from. Like, so is this holiday so important that you have to get somebody the street? I mean, I'd rather have oranges from the side of the freeway and cherries than something like that, But some of the flowers are nice. I will say, some of these guys pick some really good flowers. They do. They do pick some really good flowers. They do. But that whole joke is on every corner. Yes. No, not another Valentine's Day fan. Yay. No, somebody in the first life. And I want to tell people, it doesn't matter if I have somebody or I don't have somebody. That is just, it didn't matter because when you have somebody, it's actually Flobo who said he loves Valentine's Day. He likes it, he said, when he's single. He said when you have somebody, it makes it worse. So I thought it was very interesting because he likes the holiday, but then he's like, but not if I have somebody. So it's kind of the. I did one Valentine's Day. I had one of my boyfriends. We had a compromise. He wanted to celebrate it, and we've been together for a couple of years. And I said, I'm gonna compromise. And I'm a Taurus. I know it's hard, but I said I'll compromise. And I actually made gumbo that day. I made gumbo from scratch, the whole thing. And then I had it here in my room. Actually, I set the room up. So I did something that was kind of. It was just more like we're going to spend time together and enjoy this food I made, and it was fun making the gumbo. It took all day for me, and that was fun. And then I had another ex where we celebrated it once, where he cooked for me this really giant dish from, oh my god, I forget which country it's from. Right, it was so long ago, but it was a nice. He brought all the food over, and he was in my kitchen cooking for me. And I was like, wow, I never had that. I'm the only person who ever cooks in my kitchen. So I was like, wow, that was kind of fun too. So I have compromised in a way where it's like, okay, I don't feel like my soul's dying, but also I'm not going out to these restaurants. Same for New Year's Eve, where they raise the price so much because it is New Year's Eve or because it is Valentine's Day and sometimes Mother's Day too. They'll raise the price so much, but the food quality is the same as it was the day before. On February 13th and February 14th, it's the same menu. They changed the menu a little bit. It's the same food, same cooks, but it's like $80 more for this Valentine package. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of. I'm like, I don't. Crystal Bush says it would mean more to me to receive flowers, balloons on a non-holiday. Well, that's the whole thing, right? You should show. I'm a practical person. You should show love every day. Obviously, I don't make beignets. I'm not a baker. That's one thing. My mother was a baker. My grandmother was a baker. I don't make cakes. I don't make any of that stuff. But my grandmother did for Louisiana. She did. I had my pie upside down cake, 7 Up cake, all that stuff. She made all that stuff. I'm a cook, not a baker. That's something totally different. I'm not a baker. I didn't get that gene. I'm more about I'm not even a sweets person. I like beignets, I'll eat them. But I didn't make peach cobbler. People made that. I make the food. I can make shrimp creole, etouffee, all this. I make all that stuff. I make the main dishes. And then I can make greens, all this stuff. I can do all that. But then someone bring dessert. Because I was just never, as I was saying, that was never my thing. 7 Up cake, sakatumi cake, pineapple upside down cake's my favorite. Key lime pie, lemon meringue pie, all that stuff. Well, I learned from the best. My father's from Louisiana, so I learned from his mother and family how to cook that food. And I was just in Louisiana a month and a half ago in early January. I was in New Orleans. I had the best gumbo. Oh my God, it was the best gumbo. Shout out to the Montclair Hotel on South Peter Street. Great hotel, not expensive. Um, Loved it. And down the street was this gumbo place, and it was the bomb. I was like, that roux was so good. It was so tasty. I was drinking it. I wanted to pour it all over me. It was so good. But my grandmother, I was at her knee here in LA. She used to live 10 blocks down the street, just passed last year. And when I was a kid, we were really close. And I just was at her knee going, how do you make this? And she would show me. I watched her incessantly how to make all that food. And a few of us cousins can make it. My one cousin Michael does the gumbo really good too. He makes a good job. And one of my other cousins does a decent job. So there's a few of us who took that. And my grandmother's the same person I got my gardening from. Because she had a garden. So she would actually raise her greens and then pick them in the backyard and then make them. And we used to. I mean, I love. I like to eat, first of all. That's why I'm fucking fat. But I do like to cook too. But I love, my New Orleans food. I do. I love my Creole food. I come from such rich backgrounds. My Caribbean side, my West Indian, Puerto Rican, and then I have the Creole side. I mean, I come from some rich cultures when it comes to food. I love, I love. And if you're, I have a show out right now called it's audio only. It's called Really I'm a Caribbean Great Grandson. And I'm actually sharing what I'm finding on Ancestry.com. I did my DNA sample, did the whole thing. And that's a long time I talked about it here a long time ago. Um, but I'm really talking about the West Indian part of my family. But I have shared some other stuff too, because I'm actually my tree. I'm connecting my tree because once you do more stuff, you can connect it. My whole Louisiana side is it's really filling in, but I didn't get the markers. Like I don't, my French and all that is like very little in there. I mostly got the other side of the family, so it's kind of funny. But anyway, but yes. So my mother is a New Yorker. My father's Louisiana. They met in Los Angeles. That's the weirdest thing. His mother came to California. My mother's mother came to California, and the kids followed. So my parents should have not met. I should not be here. And there's no reason for me to make this like it's really weird. They should not be here. So it was kind of like it was very much weird. They met in high school. So my mother's family's not from the South. They're all from the Caribbean. They're all from New York. And my father's family's from the South. They're from Louisiana and also from Holland, from the Dutch side. And they met in Los Angeles. And so I'm first generation Californian. My siblings were all first generation California on both sides of my family. Is that crazy? Yeah, oxtails, peas and rice. Yes, that was like I said yes. Dude, I'm doing all that. I love all. I have my oxtail. I have my oxtail recipe. I have my oxtail recipe. I do. I do. So, but yes, all over the place. What do you think about the Super Bowl? I didn't watch Super Bowl, so I did watch Kendrick's performance, but I'm not. I have no comment whatsoever on it. But yes, I love oxtails. I love peas and rice too. I do. Oh my god, I love food. That's the problem. I gotta answer my sister really quick. But I couldn't see this. I got Tony Ray. He wants to cook. Oh, we did. Oh, yes. Well, so Mel, look back. If you go back and watch the show earlier today, I talked about my job. I talked about all that actually. Yes, I did. So rewind back or watch it later. We were talking about. We had a whole discussion on jobs. It was a great discussion. So DJ Glow brought it up. So Mel, if you go further back in, and then we talked about all that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm not saying anything. So I see how strong the comments are about the halftime show on each side. My team was in the Super Bowl, so that's why I didn't care. I watched the halftime show later in a video. I didn't tune onto it. I was really dealing with my roof. But anyway, so I see everybody's opinions. I'm not adding to them. I might get in trouble. I'm not adding to them. Plus, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge Drake fan. I'm not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. So I'm like, I feel like it's all beyond me. So yeah, I have no opinion. I have no opinion, or my opinion, keep it to myself. So, but I know, but yeah, Tony Cook. Cook is me. I like cooking in the wintertime and in the fall the most because, of course, the weather calls for it. I do a lot. I do a lot. I do a lot of crock pot cooking during this time period. Lots of, I mean, a lot of stews. I mean, a lot of stews. I mean, a lot of stews this winter so far. My mother's been very happy because I've been giving her some. She loves my beef stew. She loves it. I love the way the house smells. I love doing it overnight. So I put it in at nighttime, get all my still ingredients, and then you just let it cook slowly overnight. And you wake up and it smells so good in your house. Oh, I love doing that. I have a bunch. My mother gave me a bunch of meat. I got to eat to do something with, and it's sometimes just easier to throw it in a crock pot. A big, yeah, put some vegetables in there, some chicken broth or beef broth, whatever broth in there, and let it cook. And it's easy breezy cover girl. I mean, it's like you don't have to do much. Chicken, I like throwing chicken in there. I had some really good chicken and yellow rice, Tony. Some yellow rice, very Caribbean. I had some yellow rice and peas. I had some chicken that just fell off the bone, and it was so good. I mean, it's like I like stuff like that because it's kind of cold, you know. So it's kind of it's kind of crazy. So it's funny, Mel. You mentioned the Emmy. So what I'm going to say is, oh, thank you, Janet. Thanks for coming through. I have a show called the Daytime Emmy Specials. I will be talking about. It'll be out this weekend. I'll be talking about the new Emmy schedule. They gave it to us. I'm an Emmy judge, as some of you guys know. So I'll be talking about all of that on that show. So check that out this weekend. That's the Daytime Emmy Specials. And of course, me and my crew will be back to do the nominations and all that stuff. So we have a good time. But it's funny you just mentioned it. They just sent us the email yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I was wondering what they're going to do at the Emmys, and they let us know. So I'm very excited, and we'll talk about that. It was a whole. So, folks, if you don't know this already, the Emmys will not be happening until October. So, but it's a whole different schedule. Crock pot in the winter and put it in the grill in the summer. I don't grill, but it's hot in my house in the summer, so I'm like, I always don't cook in here. But fall, winter, and some spring, I will cook. Usually summer, fall, I don't cook. I mean, spring, summer, I don't cook. It's too much. I'm not applying for the red carpet, so you probably won't be seeing me on the red carpet again. So I won't be applying. I already made that announcement last year. I'm not applying. The only way I would apply for the red carpet is if it's a different PR firm running it. Smith House Agency, they won't be on the red carpet after what happened last year. So they won't. So you won't see me on the red carpet unless a different PR agency. So, but we will do the nominations. We will do the winner thing afterwards. I'll probably get some interviews, like I do. I'll get some interviews from home. I'll get some interviews with some of the nominees. I'll probably be friends with some of them. I'll be curious to see who gets nominated. Woo! Why they change it, I have no idea. They decided to do again. Well, again, I'll say it on my other show, but basically what they're doing is they're going to do the Children and Family Emmys in June for some reason, and then I have no idea why. They didn't say. They split the Emmys into 4 different categories now, 4 different Emmys. There's the sports, in reality, they have children and family, creative arts, and then they have the main Emmys. It's all separate. But they didn't tell that part. They didn't tell us why. But then the thing they said, but I'll still be voting, folks. I'll be voting. I love being an Emmy judge, so I'll be watching reels and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's fun. That part's a lot of fun. See what people get to do. So and I'm very curious who gets nominated this year because it's for last year. So everybody put your caps on for last year and who you think, whatever. So I'm very curious what they're going to do for that. Who's going to get it? Ruby Goldberg says there's no such thing as snubs, but I think there are some snubs. But I do get that it's your peers are voting, so they vote for what they vote for. And we all know, and everybody looks very real and all that stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it's just that. Well, remember the Emmys had 2 back-to-back Emmys because we had the strike, which prolonged the one Emmys, remember, to the end, and then we had that small break. They decided to do the next Emmys right away. So it could be It could be, I would say money, but it could be timing. It could be location. It was at the Western Bonaventure, which is in downtown Los Angeles. The before it used to be the Pasadena Convention Center, which is way bigger and all this stuff. So I don't know, but it could be because it got messed up. And the children and family Emmys are smaller, less popular than the regular Emmys. I won't say like that out loud, but it kind of like they're not. Everybody cares about everybody wants to know what the daytime Emmys, the main ones. And remember they were back to back, kind of. So it could be that it could be planning. That's just too much to plan. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They did not say whatsoever. They may tell us. There's a couple of Zooms they have for us. I know Candace Mack, your girl Candace, she goes to every Zoom and everything. She can probably tell you more if you want some answers about that. But I will try to go to a couple of them myself and see what they say. All for the show. I want for you guys. I want for the show. But yeah, I like being every judge, and I do watch the reels and I do listen to them, and I do all that stuff. I know that everybody doesn't, but I do. It's not a perfect system, so there you go. So yes, but no, yeah, we remember we had, that's what I'm saying, 2 years ago we had a strike. We had two strikes at the same time. We had two strikes. Oh, you got somebody. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about politics today. I'll get myself in trouble. That's another story too. We're living in interesting times. I'll say it that way. We're living in interesting times. That's all I'll say about that. Woo! It is some interesting times. Yes. That. So I've been on for 91 minutes, which I know I've been on. This is JLJ Media. If you haven't, everybody in this chat, I'm sure, is already subscribed and to the channel, of course. Our Zoom is tomorrow. If you want to come to our Zoom tomorrow, underneath the video is how to pay and everything is $20. We're doing a one Zoom this month because it's a short month. Of course, I'll do more Zooms in March, but it's a short month, and I've been dealing with my roof situation. So that's tomorrow. We'll have a good time. So sign for that. The soaps are back this Sunday. We're back. All three of us are back. And we'll have a good time. Y&R, Bold, and GH. We start at 10 o'clock. We do it. Tony J says, I saw Super Bowl. I have thoughts about the halftime show, and I have unpopular thoughts about Kanye's situation and more. Yeah, there's things we'll talk about tomorrow off camera, Tony. There's certain things I'm not going to say on camera. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. But yes, there's also the Kanye situation. So, and I just, yeah. All I'll say about Kanye is that I was a huge fan of his work when he first came out. Those first 3 or 4 albums were mini masterpieces. Who he has become in recent years leaves a lot to be desired. So, and that happens. We have talented artists who have mental things that go on too. That's probably what makes them talented, right? So I don't really support him now, but back in the day, I was a huge fan of his music, and it's just kind of a shame, So, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow, of course. Yes, and to be clear, there are some Kanye. There are some Kendrick Lamar songs I did like. So, but I have my thoughts about that too. But we'll talk about that tomorrow too. I know because nowadays you say one thing, they're gonna take it and drag it through. Some folks think that, Mel. Some folks actually think that was a major problem, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a problem. Would not be surprised. And some folks have issues that are undiagnosed or diagnosed and not handled. That happens too. Mental health is important, folks. There's a lot, and there's no shame in it. There's no shame. Oh yeah, and the words of Cat Williams, let's acknowledge that Kanye has mental issues to be expected. That's why I was just basically, Chris, I'm basically saying the same thing. I'm like, there are mental issues out there. Not saying that excuses everything, but there are mental issues out there, and if untreated, or not treated well or correctly, and you have a platform, and that's that. You know what I mean? I mean, there's that. So I would not be surprised if his mother's death did affect. I mean, every death affects all of us, right? I miss my brother Max every single day. And I cry for him sometimes. There's times I just start crying. I miss him. He's been gone almost 10 years. This year will be 9 years, and I miss him. I was talking to Tony about him yesterday, and I miss him completely. It happens. It happens. Deaths can be very profound and have different ways of hitting you, and affecting your life. So yeah. And if it's mixed with any kind of mental issue, too, the biggest focus should be Musk in the. I'll keep my mouth quiet about that too. He's only hurting himself. In the end, yes, Tony, I agree with you. In the end, that's what's happening. And all the money in the world, all this stuff's not going to, protect you completely. So and for me personally, I don't like seeing black folks fighting each other. I don't. It doesn't make me happy. It does not make me happy to be to not want to support Kanye. I mean, it does not make me happy. I don't like that Kendrick Lamar and Drake are fighting each other. I don't like when black folks are fighting with each other. I just don't. It doesn't make me happy. And when black folks when they have their fall from grace, it doesn't make me happy. To me, it's sad. Especially if they're talented, it makes me sad. If their fall from grace is warranted, I agree. That's fine. I get it, but it doesn't make me happy. I'm not gleeful and excited and good. That's what they get. Just like the Wendy Williams situation, I feel bad for her. Her situation is it's fucked up, and so I don't like seeing that. No matter how you feel about her, it doesn't matter. Just like to me, it's like these are human beings, and they're part of my tribe. And I don't like seeing it happen. I don't gleefully get excited. It just doesn't. I mean, it just to me, it's. Well, I'll save some of those opinions too for the Zoom. I'm gonna get myself in trouble on it too. But on this channel, I talk about race all the time, so I'm not gonna stop. But I just think that we shouldn't be fighting with each other. It was for fun. Like in hip hop and rap battles, that's a common thing, right? And ciphers, that's all common. But it was like real beef where you're really trying to bring someone down. It doesn't make, like I said, whether it's warranted or not, it still doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me go, good, I've got another black man down. No, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I want to believe in people. I want people to be, good folks, and not everybody's not good. So I just don't like that. And again, like I said, I was a Kanye fan back in the day. I love just music, and I'm sad. Whatever happened, no matter what it is, I could have finished it. Either way, Drake starting it again doesn't make me happy. None of it makes me happy. So and I know Cat Williams been spilling some tea, and Jaguar Wright spilling tea, and people are either calling them crazy or saying they're revolutionary, whatever. There's a lot of talking happening right now, and it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me happy at all. I don't get glee. I don't like that kind of gossip. It doesn't make me excited. I know folks like it. It's gossip also. I don't. It doesn't make me happy. Tracy Stevens joins in. That's what Mel said earlier, Tracy. Yeah, same thing. He agrees with you. So I'm chewing a multivitamin. I'm running low on multivitamins. Thank you. Okay, but listen. I didn't usually be on earlier. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. This has been a very interesting conversation this morning. I've been on 100 minutes. It's been 100 minutes, almost 2 hours. I'll be getting off soon. But this has been a very, it's been, I miss doing this. I've missed this so much. I have missed it, missed it, missed it, missed it. This makes me so happy. Have a good weekend, Mel. Thank you. It's just been so much. This morning's been so much fun. We've had such interesting. So Tracy, it's been such an interesting conversation, right? I love it. I love it. I love when we have something to talk about. I do. I do. I do. I do. Love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. So yes, there's that. So yeah. So sign up for our Zoom tomorrow if you haven't been there. You're coming. Um, what else, kids? What else we got to talk about? What else is going on? You're driving back from Phoenix to Flagstaff. Oh, driving from Phoenix back to Flagstaff. I was listening to you. Well, make sure you safe driving, of course. I don't know if it's raining where you are now, because the rain just left here. I assume it's going your direction. Well, I mean, I don't know if it is or not. We just had 3 days of rain, so now it's done. We're done for a while. I'm so happy. So I'll leave that. I'll leave that. So I'm like sitting here. Okay, so good question, Crystal. I can tell you that. I can tell you all of that. Okay, so on Sunday, the three soap shows, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that'd be 11, 12, 1 Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, is the Wide Army Spotlight with me, Tammy, and Amanda will be back. Then after that, around 11:30 or so, PT, which would be 2:30 ET, we'll be doing the Bold and Beautiful mini spotlights with me, Tammy, and Amanda. Then 1 o'clock, you know what we do. You know how we do. 1 o'clock, it will be GHB spotlights, talking about the craziness on that show. Okay. Very excited. So that's what's going on. So I'm throwing away some stuff. Well, y'all need that. It was snowing when you left this morning. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Me too at 1 p.m. I'll be done with church. Yeah, so the one for GH, it'll be 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Yes. For sure. For sure. Yeah. So we'll be back. I'm gonna make those announcements today too later in the chats out there in the world. I just haven't done them yet. I have to edit a video too today. Like, ugh, look at all that. Right. Yeah, see you on Sunday. Yes, I'm going to go off now too. I've been on almost 2 hours. Thank you guys for a great morning of talk. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We had a good time. Sign up for the Zoom if you're coming tomorrow. If you watch this later, sign up for the Zoom. Like I said, any kind of little donation you want to throw my direction, just for little bills I have here and there, because I'm taking care of the roof. We're going to take care of it. It's a lot of money. Take care of it. But if you have any little something you want to pass along, it will help me with food and other little tiny things. But we're gonna work it out. I'm gonna work it out. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm dry. So we're good. And there's no more rain coming for another like 2 or 3 weeks. So we should be good. Look at the French fix. But thanks for coming on this morning. And everybody have a good Friday. Whatever it is you're gonna do it.